Hey everybody, Rachel here. Wanted to create an updated video that explains the new steps you'll need to take to get Grade Sync to work. It's also referred to as Grade Passback. So Grade Passback or Grade Sync is essentially the process that happens when assignments or scores are kicked over from Canvas to your IC gradebook. Over the last few weeks, there have been lots of issues with that, lots of inconsistencies, lots of problems. So the district put in a ticket to Canvas. Canvas made some changes and updates on their end, which changed the configuration in Canvas for us and the steps we'll need to take. And therefore caused some issues because the district then had to figure out how to get IC to talk back. So they had to change some things on IC. They think they've figured that out. They've tested it. And tonight, this evening, Thursday, October 1st, while we're sleeping, a patch is supposed to go through in IC that's going to fix the issue. And so that Grade Sync will now properly communicate. So just, that's what we've been waiting on. I am hopeful, optimistic that this is going to fix all the issues that we've been experiencing. What I wanted to explain to you are the steps that you will need to take in each of your live courses to re-enable Grade Sync. So even if you've gone through these steps before in the past, these are steps you're going to need to do again. And again, you'll need to do them in each of your live courses, not in your perpetual. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you this in my account, even though this isn't a live course. I don't have one, but the steps will be the same for you in your live courses. First thing you're going to do is you're going to find Grade Sync on your navigation and you're going to click to open that. If for some reason you can't find that button on your left navigation, you can simply go to Settings, go to Navigation, and drag Grade Sync up from the bottom to the top. Okay, and once you've done that, it should show up here for you on the side. You will have to hit Save if you've made any changes to your navigation. Okay, so once you've got Grade Sync on your navigation, you're going to click on that to open it. And this is where you're going to see one of the places where things look a little differently than it did a week ago. So you're going to go to Settings, and now there are two things where there used to be just kind of one. The first that you want to click in each of your live courses is this. This will enable the nightly sync. This is also, I believe, enabling Grade Sync in general. So this needs to be a green check mark in each of your live courses. The other button is kind of a cool thing. If I click on Remaster Grade Passback, what it says is using the Remaster feature will post grades to all sections for all assignments that have sync to SIS. Okay, so in plain English, SIS refers to IC, essentially, Student Information Systems. And when you click the Remaster Grade Passback button, this button here, what it does is it essentially, it is a way to resync all grades, almost a way to repair things. So if you over the last few weeks have had issues where some assignments have synced and others haven't, or in some sections and not in others, and it just has been inconsistent, I would encourage everybody, at least this first time, to click this button, Remaster Grade Passback. And it should sort of overwrite and fix any issues between your Canvas and IC. The other thing that we can take a look at is if we go into Grades. Now in your grade book, when you go to Actions, this used to say Sync to IC, I believe. Now it says Sync to SIS. This is the same thing. Okay, so it just says something different, but it's the same step. So if you ever want to force a sync across rather than waiting until you wake up the next morning and having it automatically happen while you sleep, if instead you want it to happen immediately, you'll click this button and it'll say Success. We have received your request to sync grades. After the grades are processed, you should see them in your SIS. So if I want to check on that, if I go back to my navigation and I click on Grade Sync, and now I look under History, which will load in just a second, you can see that I have requested a Grade Sync, and it gives me the status waiting. Now, I will tell you that I have seen people this week try this, and it has taken hours, but eventually does go through. So this would be a thing to wait on and come back to IC to see if things have kicked across. A reminder as well, that you do need to make sure any assignments you want to kick over are enabled to sync. So if you go to assignments, you'll see this green check mark. If instead you see a black X like that, you've turned it off to sync. So for example, if over the last couple weeks to make things work, you have manually entered grades into IC, you're going to want to make sure you toggle those assignments off in Canvas so that those scores don't kick over and you don't end up with duplicates or overriding or whatever it might be in your IC gradebook. I think those are all my thoughts for now. We're going to wait and see how this process goes, but I'm hopeful that we'll get grade sync, also referred to as grade passback, up and working consistently again, hopefully. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.